Nestled back off of Woodhill Road in scenic Bucks County, there is a late 1700s farm and farmhouse. This family farm is located on 30 acres of pastures, barns, and outbuildings. From the roadside, there are 40 head of cattle and calves grazing the front two pastures. While the calves run and play, the mothers give a gentle moo to call their young back to their side whenever they get too far from sight or try to lick or stick their heads through the white painted fence lines with wire. Traveling down Ely Farm Lane, a large array of solar panels are camouflaged with pine trees to preserve the view. The solar panels produce almost all the electricity to run the farm. Inside the stone farmhouse, which has been renovated multiple times for multiple generations, you will find Dwight Ely, his wife Elizabeth, and their 3 children, proud owners of Ely Farm. "My daddy was a farmer, and he modeled a lifestyle that I aspire to be," said Ely. "I thought to myself, if I could live the way my father lived, growing up with my kids every day, that would be a dream come true." Dwight Leadham Ely is the owner and operator of Ely Farm Products, located in Newtown, Pennsylvania. Ely Farm Products produces fresh sausages, hamburgers, roasts, steaks, briskets, and ribs. The poultry products include both turkey and chicken. Ely Farm also makes its own cheeses. All of the products are made in-house and sold in their retail store located right on the farm's property. The farm itself has been in the Ely family for over 8 generations and started in the late 1700s or early 1800s. Before we farmed here, we farmed up in Solebury, New Hope Solebury on Ely Road, near the Solebury School, he said. The legend is that the farm started out as a butcher shop and then became a poultry and dairy farm during the time that Ely's great-grandfather was in charge. When Ely was a teenager, his father decided to sell the dairy farm, and the family was very excited because dairy farmers have so much work to do that they don't get many family vacations. If you are a dairy farmer, you don't get many breaks unless you have someone to do the milking. My daddy did the milking. That's why the Elys celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, because my dad would be home Christmas Eve evening and back milking in the cows Christmas morning. Mr. Ely wakes up to do his daily job at around 7 o'clock in the morning, but what he does from his day-to-day varies. Today I was installing a smokehouse. I will work with the crops another day and plant corn or harvest or bale hay. In different seasons, the day-to-day routine change. In the summer is when they make all of the cheese. In the fall, they process all of their meat and a couple thousand deer, while still taking care of pigs and cattle. And in the spring, it's calving season. The main bull, Einstein, is the proud father of all the farm's calves. Einstein has competed in state levels and has been very successful in competitions for his breed. Ely says that he likes the variety of his job. There are a lot of different seasons. I really like it. I never get bored. Every Tuesday, the pigs are slaughtered and a USDA inspector whose office is on site comes in and watches and inspects the procedure and production of the slaughtered animal. The pig meat is used for many products that are sold in their retail stores such as bacon, sausage, ham, pork roll, kielbasa, and scrapple. The cattle are slaughtered outside of the farm and are delivered back on Tuesdays, where they butcher the meat to make the beef products like hot dogs, steaks, and roasts. All of the products that come from our animals come through our retail store. The main consumer of the products sold at Ely Farm are the local people who live around the farm and into New Jersey. Some of the best-selling products are seasonal. At Christmas and Easter, hams are popular. During the summer, steaks, hamburgers, and hot dogs are top sellers, and at New Year's, pork roasts are a favorite. Ely is proud of the products he sells, but he is also proud of how the farm is run. Ely Farm's electricity is almost entirely from a modern, eco-friendly source, solar power. It was a difficult decision to transition to solar power. Ely had been feeling financially stretched. While the farm had never taken a government money on principle, Ely knew that he needed help, so he turned to solar energy. The only problem was that at the time, the government was subsidizing farms that used solar energy. Ely was torn. He didn't want the government money, but he was interested in solar power and needed a financial break. In the end, he decided that if he didn't take the money and go solar now, the opportunity might never arise again. So Ely took the solar and admits that it helped his farm. "God rest my father," he said. "I took federal and state money for the solar." Today, 85% of the farm's electricity comes from the solar panels that surround Ely Farm. At the end of the day, Ely seems happy, proud, and grateful to be a farmer. He seems to genuinely find pleasure in supplying his products to people. I pray that my products are satisfying my customers. And the best part is when a customer comes in and just tells us about how our products that came from our farm and went to their table and how it fed their family, or how they really enjoyed it, or how they loved our cheese, or they ate a ham that was unbelievable, or they had a few steaks that were good on the grill. That to me is the best part. It brings me great joy knowing that we can produce something from scratch that will go to their table and end it with a blessing. That is my prayer.